Greetings, Slackers. September Man here, and it's December 23rd, 2017. I'm over here on The Verge with another article I wanted to share with you. And this is about a new feature for you Hinge users out there. Hinge's new feature may help avoid ghosting, but only if your matches are forgetful. And this is by Megan Farak-Menish. Hopefully I pronounced her name right. And it says here that people ghost matches on dating apps for a variety of reasons. They're bored, they're not ready to date, or maybe they're just not that into you. And then there are the accidental ghosters, the ones who never message back because they've simply forgotten. For this special, mostly harmless brand of non-responders, the dating app Hinge is rolling out a new feature it's dubbed, quote, Your Turn to Help. Your Turn, available today, allows users the option to invite a person to start a conversation, as well as mark messages they've yet to respond to. Hinge CEO Justin McLeod, speaking to The Verge, says that because of how Hinge works, by trying to match you with people you have a shared acquaintance with, ghosting is a minor problem to begin with, but its users did want clarity on who should start a conversation. What we find is that when we give people reminders that it's their turn to respond, that it significantly reduces ghosting, McLeod says. Where ghosting traditionally has been shorthand for an abrupt, unexplained exit from a relationship, Hinge's feature is more for the Casper-level ghoster. When we asked users why, most often they didn't start a conversation or didn't keep a conversation going. A lot of times they literally just got busy or forgot, McLeod says. It wasn't an indication that they weren't interested. The problem isn't about ignoring people. It's more like two awkward crushes at a middle school mixer. We really help users decide consciously, do you want to start the conversation, rather than put off this until later and leave the other person confused, McLeod says. The most effective way to get a date is to start a conversation yourself. But Hinge still wants users to settle this dilemma of any awkward self-doubt. The feature also adds the ability to hide a match, an effort to reduce clutter and keep you from ghosting someone because of a messy inbox. A new message will make the thread reappear in your matches. Hiding a conversation seems like an out-of-sight, out-of-mind way to ghost, but McLeod points to it as an easier way to clear out a conversation you're done with. Maybe you've already traded numbers, or the conversation has died. Maybe you want to remove a thread without going so far as to remove or block someone from your matches. The company prides itself on providing the same experience to everyone, regardless of gender or sexual orientation, and tries to angle its features around that idea. We're just trying to create a really natural way for people to interact and help them connect with people better, without having to like and game it, McLeod says. There is no surefire way to avoid being ghosted in love, and unanswered texts or calls leave room for many burning questions. Has my date died? Did they drop their phone into a volcano while taking an awesome selfie? How could anyone ignore this amazing picture of a dog I just sent? But apps are the first defense. They offer the chance to weed out a bad match before you ever have to meet. A good place to start may be asking yourself if you want to get involved with someone who needs a reminder that you exist in the first place. And to that, I say hell no. You know, if someone is not going to think about you or keep you in their thoughts, is a feature like this really going to make you want to talk to them all that much more? I mean, things happen out here. You know, keep in mind, things do happen. We all get busy. Right now, if you are someone who follows the news and maybe knows a little bit about economics, you know, the environment out here in the workforce has been a little tough for people. You have a lot of people who are working 2 and 3 jobs. Therefore, they don't have a great deal of time on their hands to devote to, you know, dating and meeting. And if you're a woman, which women typically get a lot of messages, it's a real chore to read all these messages and go through them. I mean, I can't even begin to think about how does a woman go into, you know, the process of knowing how to weed out her inbox of all these messages that she gets, because guys just from copy and paste, to hi, to pickup lines and all various types of conversation starters, women get lots of messages. It's very easy for you to get caught up in the stack of everyone else and sort of be forgotten about. Now, if the conversation is interesting, and that's another factor that goes into, a communication moving from online to offline, is the level of interest, the level of engagement. And so if you both have something in common and it's an interesting discussion that you're both engaged in, then it definitely has its positives and it can be moved offline, which, if the conversation is going good, you don't want to be communicating through the app a whole bunch of messages. You want to wind that down as soon as possible. If you have a feeling that things are going good, go ahead and motion for that. Hey, let me get your number and I can text you, or better yet, here's my ID on this messaging app or whatever. Hit me up, and that's the way things can often go a lot of times, and they can still be fruitful. Back to Hinge here and its feature of sending a reminder, that may help a few people out. But what do you folks think? With the same note that it ended on, asking the question, do you want to even be involved with someone who, needs a reminder that you exist in the first place? Or are you more the type like, hey, if I don't hear back, it's whatever, I'm just going to keep it moving? Leave all that for me down in the comment section below. The link to this will be down in the description box. And as always, that's going to do it for this article and this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Did you enjoy this video and find it informative? Subscribe to the Slackers Method and click the bell icon next to the subscribe button to receive all the latest notifications for when I upload new videos.